January 22nd, 2023, you guessed it, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. If you're on SNAP benefits, you need to watch this video. Some of you may know, some of you may not. Beginning in March, it's going to be cut back down to pre-pandemic levels. What does that mean? Possibly you could have people who are getting SNAP benefits now will not qualify after this. Also, what's it mean? You're not going to be able to get as much groceries as you used to. Now, with the SNAP benefits, they gave up to, I think it was a 25% increase on them, which covered inflation. That should tell you also what inflation actually is at the grocery store. We've been saying it for a while. It's not 5, 7, 8, 10%. It's about 25, 30%. What's this going to happen? What is this going to cause when they do this? It's happening in March. You're going to see people who has been using SNAP benefits and not really seeing much difference in their groceries, what they've been buying because of the extra money that the 25% that was added onto it. You're going to see them now actually see what inflation is doing. They're not going to be able to go out here and buy as much as they was during the pandemic. That's going to hurt a lot of families. They're recommending you to go use food banks and things like that to help subsidize what you're not able to get. One thing people's not telling people is that these food banks are running low also. We may see a lot of issues out of this, a lot, because number one, it's going to cut out a lot of people. They're not going to be able to qualify for them now. Let's say you have a family of 4, you're averaging about $90 less a person. What they're telling us that they're going to be cutting out. That's for a family of 4. You're fixing to start feeling the pinch if you get SNAP benefits. I'm not judging you or anything like that. What I'm saying is, during the pandemic, you were able to go and buy groceries and not really, you saw the prices going up, but you were still pretty much able to buy everything you normally would buy. Now you're going to have to go back and refigure what you're doing here, refiguring how to spend it, because inflation is not, at the grocery store, is not no 7, 8%. You're looking 20, 25% inflation on most items. I mean, yesterday I told you, Vienna sausages store brand went from 47 cents to 67 cents to now they're 74 cents. You do the math on that, on what the inflation rate is on that product. It's going to cause issues here. And guys, it's going to get bad over this. I really feel it's going to get bad. You're hearing some people say, well, I'll just go ahead and get what I want anyways. We may see something come of this. We may see some kind of just all out issues from this, because I'm telling you, the 25% raise that they gave you on the SNAP benefits, that covered pretty much the food inflation. What's going to happen now when you lose that 25%? I feel sorry for some people because that's how they feed their family. That's the only way they have to feed their family. And I'll also put on here, a lot of people don't realize everybody on SNAP benefit is not a freeloader. They work. They just make below the poverty line and they qualify for it. You got to get that out of your head that people on public assistance or EBT, SNAP benefits, things like that are freeloaders. They're not. The majority of them they work. They work 40 hours a week, 50 hours, 60 hours a week. Their family size and what they earn is below the poverty line. So they get the assistance that they need. Now, with cutting this out, it's going to cause problems. They're going to see what a lot of us have been facing, where you have to stand there and put back a can of Vienna sausages because you're like, I'm not paying 74 cents for that. Or I even noticed the other day, Diet Pepsi is $2.28 a bottle for a 2-liter. It's ridiculous, guys. We may see huge issues come of this as far as people starving, people possibly rioting because of it. I mean, how do you control a citizen? You control the food. That's how you do it. And guys, it looks like they're fixing to try to starve out a lot of Americans, start trying to starve them out. Inner city, things like that, they don't have the ability to get out and hunt and fish and stuff like we do out here in the country every day. They have to actually go somewhere away to do that. And it costs them money to do it. They can't just go in their backyard and fish. They can't just go out in their backyard and get a deer or a squirrel or something like that. Guys, if you watch this and you live in the inner city, I would recommend getting out of it as quick as you can. I also recommend, you got this next month, stockpile if you're getting SNAP benefits. Buy up. Spend it on stockpiling your food a little bit. Because come March, when they cut out and send you back to the pre-pandemic levels, it's going to get tight due to the inflation of food prices. You're not going to be able to buy, if it goes back to what you were drawing before the pandemic, okay? Let's say it goes back to that, you're getting the same amount you got before the pandemic. It's not going to buy as much food as it did before the pandemic because everything is so much higher now. They're telling you to start using food banks, but you got to understand these food banks are low. They're running out of stuff. A lot of people have still constantly been using food banks. Guys, get out there and get prepped up. If you're on SNAP benefits, I highly recommend this month, next month, prep with it. Prep, buy up stuff so you have extra food, because once you go back to the pre-pandemic levels, you're going to get hit with inflation. It's actually, you're going to feel it worse than what you're feeling it now, because let's say you're losing an average of $94 a person on them. Guys, that's a lot of money when it comes time to buy groceries nowadays. $94 don't buy you much. We bought 3 or 4 bags yesterday, 2 things of school snack, and just a few odds and ends, and it was $85. Guys, inflation is here. It's here to stay. Get prepped up. If you're still watching, hit that subscribe button, like or dislike this video, comment on it. I want to know your thoughts on this. There's no judgment here. If you draw SNAP benefits, I don't have an issue with it, because I understand a lot of people work and they still qualify for it. A lot of people don't understand that. They think SNAP benefits is just for people that don't work and things, and it's not. The vast majority of them have jobs, believe it or not. And the crazy part about it is the elderly who could actually use the SNAP benefits that draw SSI don't qualify. Let that sink in. I know a person who's 65, 66 years old, and all they qualified for was $20 a month. Let that sink in. Guys, if you're still watching it, hit the subscribe button, like or dislike this video, comment on it. Keep your head on a swivel, be aware of your surroundings at all times, protect yourself and your family at all times. Recent events shows you we're not safe anywhere in the world anymore. Get prepped up, guys. Get prepped up. If you're on SNAP benefits, use this next month and prep. Stock up on food items. Stay safe, get prepped up.